All right. Good morning. Uh, Welcome to McBoss Capital channel. Today is April 10th, Thursday. Um, yeah, Thursday. So one day after yesterday's big run up. Um, Let me go to QQQ for a second. So we have a huge, one of the biggest, second biggest update in history, 12% yesterday. Today we're basically giving back some, and so far we bouncing off the lows here from the gap down this morning. So that's a good sign. So we gap down slight for the first hour or so, and now we're starting to come back a little bit. Now it's still too early to tell. Obviously that low will be very important um, this morning, and if we slowly move back up, that'll be really good. Even if we recover halfway, I think that's still pretty good. Um, so that's the kind of in general what that can happen. Or we could start to fall apart. We could cross this low and start to fall apart and maybe even give up like more than half of yesterday's gains. Then that wouldn't be good, right? Uh, because we giving back without much news, right? That's the thing. There haven't been any new news since yesterday's Trump announcement on delaying all the tariffs for like many countries and only have the 10% base tariffs. So because if we get any bad news and we let's say today we drop back halfway or more and we get any bad news, we can easily go back to the test the lows here, and that's the scary part of this market, right? Um, so yeah, it's I don't know what else to say. Like this market is very volatile. We are officially still in a downtrend. Yesterday we came back to the 21 day on the Nasdaq, and you can see this downtrend line is still intact. Um, it will be a while before it crosses. At least right now, today after today's gap down, you see we are. So that's not a good thing because we basically reversed from this downtrend line, and the gap down signify like that the market's just not ready to go bullish yet. So so for positioning, it's probably very difficult to hold anything longer term uh, than 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 a week kind of thing, or even a few days. And because this week has been so volatile, I mean we have 5% swing days 3 days in a row now, and today who knows? It could be another 5% swing day. Except this time might go the other way, or it could yeah it could rebound. I'm not saying it can't rebound. Like again, we don't know, right? So here's the 5 minute chart again. Look at this. It's already finding resistance right now. So that's not good. We'll see. Hard to say. It's still early in the day. Looking at stocks on the move, let me just refresh the screen. The Nasdaq volume is super high. Does that make any sense? Because yesterday it was really high volume, one of the highest volume days. Let me go to QQQ for a second. Um, if I go to Nasdaq, yeah, so this volume is super high. Um, and today's volume, I don't know. It's hard to compare QQQ with Nasdaq just because QQQ is just the top 100, right? So, but the volume is right now it looks like 71% above average. But on here, probably that I don't know. But here it still shows 40%. So there's lots of movement in the Nasdaq area. Interesting. So still a lot of volume. Um, There's bears and bulls fighting each other right now. Um, Anyhow, so coming back to stocks on the move, where are we? Okay, so here's the list here. We have obviously on the negative day like today, you don't expect too many growth stocks on this list, but most of these are gold field, like the gold stocks, right? AGI, AU, AEM, OR, silver, pass here. TFPM, this is a newer name on my list, but this is also precious metals. WPM, Beaton, and Royal Gold. So all these gold stocks are just flying right now. And again, with all this volatility, gold seems to be the safe haven right now. Look at this, making new high right here. And like I said, a lot of the stocks are making new high today. See, this is a very sharp rebound, V-shape. Most of them are going through a V-shaped rebound on the gold side. And there you go. Like it's just incredible strength in the gold area. Um, I mean, yeah. So anyhow, that's the gold stock. That's the one area that's doing well today. Again, it seems to do well when market rise like yesterday, and it also does well when market drops like today. So it seems like the safe haven, right now for a while. Is it too late to buy? I mean, I don't usually buy on a V-shaped bounce this late. So I think it's a little bit late. Um, I don't know. There's a lot of risk right now if it pulls back. Um, but I mean, if you have a tight stop, probably okay. But yeah. Um, okay, so that's that. Like it could go a lot higher. Gold could go a lot higher, especially if the world continue into this like chaotic news and stuff. So yeah. Gold is known to make climax run. So I think gold could make a huge climax run before it tops. Um, and and we haven't got there yet. So we haven't seen the climax run. Despite the gold has gone up a lot, it hasn't really made a climax run yet. It's just more orderly uptrend. The climax run would be like something like crazy bars going to the top in like a few weeks, or something like that. That would be a climax top. But you know mm, so yeah, so that's gold. Coming back to the list here, we have AT&T. This is Chinese stocks. Um, Again, I'm not really keen on buying Chinese stock right now just because of the tariffs and stuff. So yeah, this is pretty still in a downtrend, right? And then what else is here? Qfin, another Chinese stock. So I think they're just bouncing from the bottom a little today. Again, still look pretty weak here. Um, GameStop. Now this one looks kind of interesting. It's like long-term trend is broken. First time it fell. It came up and then it fell. Um, Now it's coming back up more orderly, and on a down day today it's up. That's interesting. Um, so so negative 0.12 to 0.08. That's improvement. 0.01 to 0.08. That's improvement. 0.06 to 0.08. That's improvement. So the only one that's not doing well is the fourth quarter, 30 to 22. So but yeah, right now it seems fine. So yeah, so that's that one. Looks, yeah, surprisingly this chart looks pretty good. GameStop. And we have Tigo here. Oops, Tigo. Okay, found support here. Um, Trend line is still down. But today it's holding. So that's a good sign. Yeah. So 53 to 74 cent, 45 to 70. So this is still very strong earnings here. So yeah, looks pretty good. Um, it has a this run here and then it fell apart. So look like it wants to go again, but it's still, like I said, it's still below 10-day. So it's definitely making a move right now on a down day. So relative strength is going up. Uh, WMK. There's not much on this list. At least not yet. This is retail super mini market. So this might be a little bit defensive here. So the other one that's kind of related, mini market here, is SFM. This one also up today. This one has better earnings. So this one is looking okay. Um, okay, let's go through some quick stocks list here. So let's start with tech. Look at app. App is acting really well today. I mean, it has a strong bounce yesterday. Like yesterday, it undercut the low. Um, not the low of previous day, but then it bounced back really hard when the news came out, 16%. And then today, look at this. This is impressive. Like like this is not giving up much. This morning it came back to this low here. The midday low was right there, and this morning, it's bouncing, and we see a big bar down here, but overall it's looking pretty good. Near the highs, right? So that's the good sign there. So yeah, let me mark that on my chart, on my interactive focus here. I think that's a good chance. I might take an entry, another position here. Um, yeah, like, I mean, you can set the low here. There's lots of support at this area, so yeah, that's not too bad of a tight stop there. Again, please do your own due diligence. Make sure what I do is only for information purpose only. It's not investment advice. But yeah, I mean, 21 day. If it crosses this, that'll be very bullish. So anyhow, that's that. Let's keep going. Palantir. Palantir also reversing this morning. Two, so now it's still down 2.5% about. So this is the midpoint here. It came down close to it. Um, it did undercut this one. Hasn't climbed back above it yet. But yeah, again, that low could be support level today. I like this reversal so far. Because the last thing you want to see, if you go back to QQQ, the last thing we want to see is it just like see the index is kind of weaker, but the growth stocks are stronger, right? But again, I don't want to say again it's too early to tell. But so far, um, the growth stocks are holding up better than the index, right? So, but things could turn around if they start to collapse. So we have to watch for that. Anyhow, so um, yeah, yeah. So let's see how that goes. Let me see. Nvidia. This one came back to the midpoint almost. It has bounced. Look at this, right? We just saw QQQ and it was near the bottom, and here is near the top. So again, growth stocks are holding up better so far. Like some of these are holding up better. Um, I know Spotify came back to the mid low this morning, but again, even this has come back up. right? Trading at the highs of day, looking very good. What else? Let's look at Netflix. Netflix is still doing pretty well. Look at this. It didn't even come back to this previous low from yesterday, holding up. Right now it's coming back down pretty hard, so we'll see. Um, Dash. Dash is a little bit weak today. It crossed the midpoint yesterday, and it's having a hard time. Bros. This one also having a hard time right now. Bros. Um, RCL Royal Caribbean also having weak. So the retail seems weaker so far. Um, yeah, the retail seems weak today. Let's look at some industrial. CLS broke the midpoint this morning, but right now it's coming down, but it's still pretty tight. So we'll see. GE GE also broke the midpoint, but right now it's still trading near the top. So that's good. Let's see, lower is holding up so far. It's trading up here, so that's pretty good. That one looks really strong. REVG. This one tested the midpoint this morning. Right now it's up here, so those two are pretty good. One stock that came on stocks on the move earlier is rolling. It did break the midpoint yesterday, which is kind of weird. But and then this morning it kind of touches it again before it kind of go up. But yeah, so that's that one. And then we have the healthcare ALHC. It wasn't doing that well yesterday, despite the market jump. But this morning it came up. Pot. This one is coming back to test the midpoint. So health is also not doing that well, surprisingly. And the final area is financial stocks. Um, this is CISL. Okay, so this morning we test the midpoint here. It's now closer to the high of the day, so that's still looking very good. LPLA. This one also tried to test the midpoint. Didn't come close to it. Looks okay. And then another stock that came on stocks on the move this morning, Ryan. So this one looks pretty good. They keep climbing. It's giving back some this morning so far. Like it's still holding the lows though. So yeah, so that's it. One final look at the index. It is getting weaker right now. It looks like it's testing the lows of the day. Um, Again, it's okay if it tests the low. The question is what happened after the test the low. Is it gonna keep going down or is it gonna come back up? That's the key. And then as we mentioned, like for example, app. Okay, so this one is coming back down really fast. If those guys can hold the lows of day, that'll be really good, right? This Palantir and Media, right? Uh, let's look at Tesla. So Tesla already broke the low, so that's not a good sign. So that's what we're looking at. The ones that are holding up the best is probably your best opportunity to trade. But other than that, market is very jittery. If we do give back 5-6% today, like I said, that's not a good sign. It won't take much to test the low on uh, Tuesday, right here. So thank you.